Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is 90 Day Fiance Season 7, Episode 4. You don't forget your past, okay? So we're going to jump right into it. First off, we got Michael and Juliana, okay? So last episode we saw that Juliana had came over and met Michael's kids and whatnot, and the kids really took to Juliana, okay? So they was like, look, we don't know how our mama is gonna feel about this, but I mean, she cute, she pretty, and cool, okay? So this episode, we got Juliana, she's in the bathroom, she's putting on some little pigtails, okay? And Michael's daughter comes in and she's like, what you doing? Can you do that to my hair too? And Juliana's like, girl, of course, okay? So they're bonding over, their hair and whatnot, and it's cute, okay? Juliana says that it's been easy getting along with the kids, but she has to meet their mama, okay? And they're going to meet her that day, okay? So they are preparing dinner and whatnot for when Mike's ex gets there. So everybody nervous. Michael looked nervous. Juliana looked nervous. The kids, we talked to the kids. The kids are like, our mom is very opinionated. And, she does not mince words. She says what she has to say, period, point blank. And that's what it is. And, she's not rude about it. But, you going to hear what she got to say, okay? I said, okay, so we ready for that. So their mama gets there. And the mama's like, I'm not intimidated by Juliana. She's like, I'm not intimidated by a sexy, gorgeous, tall, well-traveled, glamorous, beautiful. I was like, dang, how many words do you have to describe Juliana? I mean, you're saying you're not pressed, but then she's like, Juliana is all of these things, girl. But I'm not intimidated, okay? I said, okay, girl. So she doesn't seem bothered though. She's like, girl, whatever. She seems like she don't even want Michael no more. So I totally believe her, okay? She's like, I just want to make sure that she knows what's up, okay? So Michael's ex gets in there and she's like, hey girl, hey Juliana, how are you? Hey kids, whatever. Hey dog, how you doing? Okay. And so they sit down and whatnot, and you can tell Juliana is nervous, okay? so she gets in there and she's like, hey, so how have you been with the kids? And the kids are like, yeah, we love her, she's cool, whatever. And Mike's like, yeah, she gets along well with the kids. And so she's like, well, what role do you think you have in this big family? And Juliana's like, goals? What are you saying? Are you saying role or goals? What? And she's like, no, what role do you think you're going to have in my family? Okay? And she's like, well, I don't know. So she's like, we'll be cool. Everything will be fine. Everything will be dandy. I'm a very nice woman. But one thing, I just want you to know you is not going to parent my kids, okay? They have a very great father and they have a very great mother, which is me, okay? But you are not going to parent my kids, okay? And everybody was like, well, mama has spoken, okay? And Juliana was like, oh, I mean... And we get a one-on-one with, his ex, and she's like, she has two choices, okay? She can either get along or she cannot get along. We can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. She has to decide, okay? And I was like, well, mama has spoken, okay? So get with the picture, Juliana, or whatever. And Juliana, we see an interview with all three of them. And I guess their producers asked Juliana what she thought about all of this. And Juliana was like, girl, we don't do this, in Brazil. When somebody gets divorced, they just don't talk to them no more. That's pretty much it. Y'all doing all of this, and I got to talk to your ex. This is new for me, and it's very unusual. I said, well, girl, you better get with the picture, okay? So that was Michael and Juliana. Not that much, okay? So next, we get to Robert and Anny. Okay, this was a lot. So remember last episode, y'all, they was fighting or whatever. Because he had took her to go to thrift shopping, and Anny wasn't here for it. And I was like, I'm not here for it either, Anny. So I was with you, Anny, okay? So Robert says, it's been kind of rough, getting used to everything, but they are going to meet Bryson's grandparents, which are Bryson's mom's parents. Okay, so from what Robert is saying, okay, we don't know if it's the truth, but from what Robert is saying, Bryson's mama didn't want to be in the picture, so her grandparents stepped up. So, he wants to still keep a connection with her side of the family that way. So it's very important to him. And he asked Annie, are you, are excited to see his grandparents? And Annie was like, I mean, I don't see the point. Like, I don't want to go. Like, that's the past. The past is the past, okay? Like, I don't want to go, okay? I was like, I mean, from what Robert was saying is that, they are a big part of Bryson's life. So if you're going to be in Bryson's life, then you got to meet his grandparents, okay? So I said, okay. So they get there, they meet at the park, okay? It is awkward, okay? So we see Bryson's grandparents, and they look like nice people, whatever. They try to be friendly. They're like, hi, how are you, Annie? And Annie's like, hello. Hi. How are you? How are you? Hi. I was like, okay. From what the grandparents say, they didn't really know about Annie like that, okay? They were like, all of a sudden, Robert is coming around here talking about he getting married, and we didn't know about this. So they just look like they is just confused about the situation. They ask her where she's from. She says she's from the DR. They asked Robert how long did he know her, and he was like, I've been knowing her for like a year, and like we met once, and I proposed to her that time, and now we get married, okay? And they're like, what? Say what again? Say what? So they're confused, just like us. Like, this was very fast. So they're concerned because, their grandchild is in the mix. So I was like, okay, I see the concern, okay? But then, so the grandma takes Annie to the side, and she's like, we need to go talk. Is it okay if we talk in private? And he's like, okay. So they go over there to talk, and basically grandma was like, look, I know you gonna hear this about me from the grapevine. I am an adult film actress. And Annie was like, what is that? Like, what? Adult film? What is that? And she was like, well, I'm a porn star, okay? I've been a porn star for 15 years. I was like, come on now, okay. And Annie was like, oh my gosh, that is disgusting. Oh my gosh, I would never. Oh my gosh, oh, I faint. I was like, really, Annie? Okay, this woman has a job, she has a career. Leave that woman alone, okay? I mean, really, okay? So Annie didn't like that she was a porn star, okay? So then the grandma was like, do you know what Bryson needs? And she was like, he needs love. He's a little boy. He needs love, okay? And the grandma was like, he has plenty of love already, okay? And she also asked her, like, why she's in the U.S. And Annie at this point was like, I don't feel comfortable answering these questions, okay? And I was like, yeah, the grandma was coming on a little strong, okay? I was like, hold up, grandma, hold up, okay? She was like, what birth control are you on, if you are on birth control? And Annie was like, why you asking me this question? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, this is rude. Like, what are you doing? Okay. And the grandma was like, well, I am concerned because, of Bryson. And I was like, basically, you just being nosy at this point, grandma, okay? So Annie was like, look, I'm done with this conversation. The grandma was like, do you think we'll have some communication in the future? Like, will we have some type of relationship? And Annie was like, I don't want to be a friend. I have enough friends. I don't want to be a friend, okay? And the grandma was like, well, I don't want to be friends either, but are we going to be cordial? And Annie was like, I gotta go, okay? So Annie walks away. It was super awkward. The grandparents leave, and we're going to see them again from the preview. So So the next clip, this is where everything pops off. The next clip, we see Robert taking Annie to dinner, okay? Because he's like, I want to take her to dinner. She has a cold. Poor thing is just sick. You can hear it all in her voice. I was like, girl, take some medicine, girl. We can hear all of that, okay? So they get in there to eat, and Annie's like, you know what, like, what the grandma was saying, like, about, she asked me like what birth control I was using. And Robert didn't know anything that happened during the conversation, so he was like, what? Oh my god, I can't believe she asked you that. Oh my, I can't believe she asked you that. And she was like, yes, and like, it hurt my feelings. And I was like, yeah, that was a line she probably shouldn't have crossed, okay? But yeah. And then they get to, so Robert is like, yeah, I'm gonna defend you and I'm gonna have your back. So if we need to like call her and like check her, then we can or whatever. And Annie was like, yeah, that's fine, but you have, like, is your past still in your heart? I think your past is still in your heart, okay? And she's like, yeah, and them girls. And he's like, what you mean them girls, okay? And we're like, what you mean them girls, girl? We're like, what are you talking about, okay? And she's like, you want me to show you? And I was like, yes, please show us what you talking about, okay? So she was like, look, this what I'm talking about right here, okay? And so she scrolls through, I guess, his Facebook or something, and we see him with like a plethora of women, okay? Some of them pregnant, some of them not. And I was like, Robert, what's going on, okay? I've been hearing some sprinkling on the internet about Robert having multiple baby mamas. But I was like, you just never know, okay? So I was like, now we have confirmation on this episode, okay? So he says that he has a past. He has 5 children with 4 women. And I was like, that's a lot. That's a lot, okay? He says, that's because whenever he was back in Brooklyn, he was a player. So he said he was just going from pillar to post, and that's what it was, okay? So he says he, I guess there's some custody or some, like, child, where he can't really, like, see all of his kids like that from what he was saying. But he does have sole custody of Bryson. So I was like, okay, girl. So from what Annie was saying, she tells us that she knew he had told her that he had like 2 or 3 kids whenever they first met. And then all of a sudden, 15 days before she was supposed to come here, he was like, no, I have 5 kids by 4 women, okay? And she was like, that's a lot of women. And I was like, yeah, that's a lot of women. That is a lot, okay? So she was like, she wants him to like delete all of those pictures on Facebook because like, why does he still have them up? Because it's disrespectful to her, basically. And he's like, I don't want to delete them. Like, he says he doesn't want to delete them because Bryson, might want to know his mama. And she's like, oh Lord, just delete the pictures, okay? That's what she's saying. And he's like, so he flips it. You're flipping it, flying. Yep, he flips it, okay, and reverses it, and he's like, no, what about your social media, okay? You don't have any pictures of me on your social media, and it's because you don't want that man to know. And I'm like, what man? What is going on with y'all, okay? What, can y'all tell us the truth? Can y'all just tell us the truth, okay? So we don't have to dig it up on the internet, okay? So he's like, I'm not deleting the pictures, and I don't know what Annie's gonna do, but she's like, it seems like, this is all too much for Annie, okay? The grandma, now these social media pictures of him and all his baby mamas is a lot, okay? So that was Robert and Annie, okay? So next we get Mike and Natalie, okay? Mike is, remember last episode, Mike said he was going to the Ukraine because her visa had got denied to come here, so he got to go over there and see his boo, okay? So he goes and he gets, he has Uncle Bo is in charge of the farm while he is gone, okay? Uncle Bo was like, don't worry about it, boo, I got it, okay? I said, keep good care of the farm, Uncle Bo, okay? So we cut to Natalie, and we meet Natalie. Natalie says, she's happy. She's trying on dresses with her friends. she seems very genuine, like she likes Mike, okay? And she wants to look good for Mike. Her friends are like, girl, you look good in that dress, get that dress, girl, okay? So she tells us a little bit about her. She says that she was divorced, just like Mike was divorced. So they were getting like a divorce around the same time, and then they met each other, okay? And she doesn't know what is holding up her visa. And I was like, are you sure? Because we've heard that before, okay? So she's like, hopefully it comes soon. They haven't denied her, so it might come soon, okay? So her and her friends go to like a little cafe, and they just being nosy, okay? They're like, girl, so let's show us some pictures of Mike, okay? So they show us pictures of Mike. They show her friends pictures of Mike. And she was like, one of her friends was like, he had a lot of weight on at one point, huh? And she was like, yeah, but he lost weight. He knows I like to work out and stuff. And I was like, okay. And one of them is like, so what does he do for work? And she was like, well, he is a manager at a construction company. And her friend was like, that's not enough money for you. You want to have a baby right now? Like, the friend tells us that that Natalie used to, her ex was like, he used to own a business or something, or own multiple businesses, something like that. And she's used to having a lot of money. So her friend was like, that Mike is a downgrade. And I was like, wow, friend, like, really? Why you gotta be like that, okay? So Natalie's like, I don't care what y'all say, I really like Mike, and she's in love and stuff like that. Yeah, so she's like, forget what y'all talking about, I like Mike, he is gonna be with me, and y'all gonna like it, okay? So that's that. So the next clip we got Natalie. She's waiting for Mike to get there. She lives with her mom. Her mom seems like a very nice lady. They seem like they're very close, okay? Her mama calls her the golden child. I was like, this is the cutest thing ever, okay? She said she moved in with her mom after her divorce. So her mama seems like she wants to have grandkids now, okay? And Natalie wants to have kids now. So the mama's like, I can't wait for him to get here, and y'all can start making my grandkids, okay? So get with the picture, girl, okay? And Natalie says that she is glad about this whole situation because her mom didn't like her ex, and she was saying that was why it just didn't work out between them. And so her mama's approval is what matters most to her. So her mama loves Mike, and so she thinks it's gonna work out because she likes Mike, and so everything is happy right now, okay? So she goes to the airport. We can see that she's nervous or whatever. And she thought he wasn't coming at one point. They all do. And so they get together, and she jumps on him and stuff like that. And I was like, this is cute. They actually seem like they really like each other. Like they really have like a connection or whatever. And I was like, okay, I can see it for them. He gets her like a unicorn, and she loves it or whatever. And they're like being goofy at the airport, and like it's cute. They seem like they have like a cute relationship. And so they get to the house. Mike says that he doesn't know that much. He doesn't know the language that much, and her mama doesn't know English. So he was like, we just kind of be nodding our head at each other and hugging and stuff like that. And that's pretty much the extent of our relationship. I said, okay. So they get to the mama's house, and he's like, Mama, and she's like, come here. Go in there and have some grandkids, okay? Go in there and have grandkids, okay? And so she's like, get out so y'all can have some grandkids, okay? So that's pretty much all that happened with them. It was cute, okay? Next we get to Anna and Mursel. It has been rough for Anna and Mursel, okay? So they are going beekeeping. Anna's like, we met over beekeeping. We bonded over beekeeping. So bring it back to our foundation, okay? So they go beekeeping. Mursel tells us that he has been a beekeeper since he was like 7 or 8 years old. I was like, dang. So he's like, my daddy used to be a beekeeper. My uncle and my cousins used to be beekeepers. So he's like, it runs in their family, okay? So they're like, trying to get the honey, whatever. And Marcel's like, she don't know she's not a good beekeeper, okay? I was like, well, I mean, can you teach her? So he was trying to like teach her what to do, whatever. And he was trying to like clean up her little bee house and stuff like that. I don't know what you call it. He was trying to clean it up. And he was trying to like tell her like what was going on. Like he was like, the boys are gone. And she was like, what? And he was like, the boys mate. And she was like, what? The boys are what? The boys mate. And she was like, oh, the boys are gone. They're mating right now. They're mating. And he was like, okay. It's like this is a mess, okay? So Anna was getting hot. She was seeing Mursel with them bees, and she was like, hold up, you looking good with them bees, Mursel. What's up? Okay. So she was like, Mursel, I think you make me hot with the bees. And he's like, what? Huh? She's like, you are, I'm happy with the bees, and you look hot. Huh? Hot? You're hot? You hot? You look hot with the bees. Do you think I look hot too? Yes, you're hot. Hot. This is ridiculous, okay? So they're awkward at that part, okay? Then the next scene, okay, they are going to one of her friends' house because one of her friends is throwing her like a wedding shower. Okay, she tells Mursel in the car, she's like, please talk to my friends, please try and talk to my friends, okay? Please don't talk on your phone. Please don't be messing with your phone. Like, please try to interact with everybody, okay? And he was like, okay, all right. So they get there, and Mursel is like, I'm not used to this kind of party. I'm used to like wedding parties. I'm not used to like a men and women and like we stand around the kitchen type of party. Like, I'm not used to that, okay? I said, okay, Mursel. So he is just nervous. He is awkward at this party. He is just walking around like, first he gets in there and Anna's like, hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Hey, this is Mursel. And he's like, hello. No, he doesn't. He doesn't even say hello from the what we saw. He was like, he went in there and shook everybody's hand. Okay, I said, okay, that is a start. Okay, Mursel, you are really trying. Okay, and then he is like, he sees the man and he's like, oh, whew, hello, like he's used to like bachelor parties and stuff like that where it's like men and women are separate. So he was like, he kind of felt a little more comfortable around the man, but not really. Okay. So he tries to like talk to the man. He's like, how are you? And the man is like, how are you? And he's like, how are you? Anna is so wrong for this, okay? So then one of the other friends we saw of Anna's that we saw a couple episodes ago, she tries to talk to Mursel and she's like, so Mursel, are you excited about the wedding? And he's like, wait, huh? What? And she's like, are you excited about the wedding? And then when another guy was like, are you happy? And he's like, happy? Very happy. I was like, okay. Okay, so her friend was like, I didn't realize the communication was this bad, but like, we really can't talk to him, okay? But she was like, he was trying to talk to us. And Mursel really tries to talk to them, but he don't know English like that. That's just what it is, okay? So then he goes outside and we see like her friend that's throwing the party. She tries to talk to Mursel, and she's like, no, the other. Let me go back. So the other friend was also like, are you okay with Anna drinking while she's in the US? And he's like, he understood that one. He was like, I mean, Not really. I mean, a little. I have a little problem with it. I was like, yeah, of course you do. Okay. So the friend who's in charge of the party, she's like, Marcel, you want something to drink? What's up? And he's like, tea? And she's like, yes, this is sweet tea. You know how they talk louder. This is sweet tea. He's like, alcohol? And she's like, no alcohol. None. There's no alcohol in this one, okay? No alcohol. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And so her friend that's over the party, she's like, Anna, like, how do you do this? Like, how do you do this? And Anna's like, girl, I don't know how I do it because when I tell him something, he acts like he understands, and then later he don't. And I was like, well, Anna, obviously you're not that worried about it because you're gonna get married in like 90 days, girl. And you see all of these red flags, and you are not listening to any of them. So I don't know what to tell you. Okay, that's Anna and Mursel. Okay. So then we get to Tania and Syngin. Okay, they are leaving New York City. They are leaving, saying bye to New York. They're headed to Connecticut. They're heading to reality. They're heading to her shed. Syngin said he didn't really understand what a shed was. He was like, I don't, like, it's something you put your cars in. Like, what is it? Okay, so he don't know what he is getting himself into at this point. So Tania says they'll have to, like, there's no bathroom or like kitchen in the shed, so they'll have to use like her mom's kitchen and bathroom situation. And I was like, this is gonna be a mess. Okay. So they get in there, and basically the shed is not done at all. She had told Syngin that the shed was going to be done and going to be taken care of, but of course that shed, it wasn't done. It wasn't done at all, okay? So Syngin was like, we'll have to renovate like all of this. Like, you told me it was done. It is clearly not done. There's stuff everywhere. There's paint everywhere. He was like, you know what? Let's sleep in your mama house tonight, and first thing in the morning we're just gonna renovate this. And she was like, she thought that he was like he should just like suck it up, and like, she had told him that it was gonna be finished and it wasn't, but she was like, I filed all this paperwork to get here, and I paid for him to get here, so like. And I was like, well, I mean, if this is what y'all agreed to. So, whatever, girl. So they get up the next day, and they go to renovate the shed. Her mom is still not there because her mama works like 12-hour shifts. So she said she wants to get this done before her mama gets home. I said, girl, y'all ain't gonna get this done before your mama get home, okay? And they're working on the shed. Basically, Tanya was trying to like be a control freak. And she was getting on Syngin nerves, okay? And I said, well, this isn't gonna work, y'all. Y'all are two totally different people, okay? I don't see it working. Y'all can't even do like a simple small project together, girl, without y'all really getting on each other's nerves. And I was like, okay. Syngin was looking like, I don't know how long, this ain't gonna work for 90 days. And I was like, well, that was it for them, okay? So then we get to a new person, okay? His name is Blake. He is 29 years old, and he is from LA, okay? He says that his fiance is named Jasmine. She is 27 years old, and she is from Finland. He is a music producer, okay, in LA. So he says he was married before. He was married when he was 19 years old. He got divorced when he was 23 years old. He was saying basically they were going two different paths. He wanted to be a music producer, and she didn't like that, something like that. So they not together no more, okay? So he says after he got divorced, his friend told him to get on a dating app, and that's where he met Jasmine. And he said he thought Jasmine was a catfish at first. And we see Jasmine, and I said, Jasmine looks like some type of like Instagram model. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, she looks like she has some work done. I'm not trying to like shame her, but she looks like she has some work done. It's kind of like, okay, girl. So he says he didn't think that she was real until she like video chatted him, and then he was like, oh my gosh, she's real. So he flew out there to Finland to go see her. And, you know, he fell in love, he says. On the third time that he went out there, he proposed to her and she said yes, okay? She is a gymnast and a personal trainer, okay? They applied for the K1 visa. They got approved, so she is on her way here. He's living with his mama right now. We see the mama. The mama's like, girl, I don't know how he's going to afford this woman, his wife, because she probably gonna come over here and want nice things, and my son can't give that to her right now. And I was like, well, at least you know your son, girl. so yeah, we see his friend, he was sitting down having lunch with his friend. His friend was worried because she thinks, you know, this girl might play him, okay? And he seems like that he's not concerned with that. He says he is 85% sure that she is with him because she wants to be with him. I said 85% sure? Okay. All right. So he is on the way to the airport, and he tells the driver, like, we got to make a pit stop, okay? He makes a pit stop because we going to pick up her sister. He tells us her sister lives about 10 minutes away from him, and her sister got here because she won a green card lottery, which is where I don't have all the facts, but like from what I understood from what they were saying, it was like certain people are allowed to get green cards at a certain time or something like that, and so she got lucky and got one. So that's why she is here and her sister isn't. So yeah. So he picks her up, and it was just awkward. She was in the car like, hey. And he was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't wait to see your sister. And like, it's going to be weird. It's going to be like, I can just throw my phone away because I don't even need a screen. Like, I'm just, ooh, I can't wait to see her. And she's like, I said, wow. It was just so awkward in that back seat, y'all. She says, you know, she can wait to see her sister and be out there in LA with her sister. She doesn't really know Blake like that, but she is excited to meet Blake. I said, girl, you're not showing that you're excited to meet Blake, so you can just stop lying to us, okay? So they get there. The sister, they're waiting for the sister. It's awkward. He is excited, and she is like, I can't wait to meet my sister. And she's looking at him like, can you stop? Can you stop? Okay. So we see her sister Jasmine gets there, and Jasmine has the same personality that her sister has. They just are very much like blank. So her sister was like, they greet each other like, hey. I was like, what? Just no excitement, okay. Blake was the only one excited. He was like, yes, hey, you know. And I was like, okay. So they're about to leave the airport. Jasmine is like, she seems like she's already over Blake. He's trying to like put his arm around her. She's like, it's hot. Can you get that up off? It's hot. Can you get that up off me? It's hot. I said, wow. So she's like, you know, I want to be alone. I want to go take me a shower and, you know, just rest and be alone to myself. I want to take a shower and go to sleep alone. I said, wow, he's not going to get the clue, girl. He's like, you don't have to be alone anymore, baby. You're with me now. And she's like, and so they get in the back of the car to go to the hotel, and he's still excited, and he's like, and he's asking for kisses every couple of seconds, and she's like, I was like, she is over it, okay? So they get to the hotel. He thinks something's going to happen. She's like, I told you I wanted to be alone. And Yeah. Okay. So she just wants to go to sleep. She wants to be alone. This is not going to work out, Blake. I'm sorry, baby. Even though she's very bland, she got no personality. I can tell she's just not happy with the situation, boo. So that was it for this episode, you guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what y'all thought of the new couple. Like, I was like, what is this? Okay. So like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell so you get notified when I post these videos. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.